Hey, what's up everybody? Mark Bryce here with devslopes.com, and in this exciting video, we are going to learn how to download and install Unity 3D on Windows 10. I'm going to go ahead and click this Internet Explorer icon over here, and we're going to go to unity3d.com if it will let us. There we go. Oh, it's Microsoft Edge, not Internet Explorer, sorry. All right. This isn't running all that great on the Microsoft Edge, but I am running Parallels on my Mac, and I haven't downloaded Google Chrome yet. So I recommend that you do use Google Chrome to do anything that you're going to do on Windows if you don't already. And we're going to click Get Unity on the web page, and we're going to scroll down here to the free one. And we're going to click Download Now. We're going to click the Download Installer. Save. View downloads. Actually, I'll just click run. Yes, I would like to run it. Click next. Where this is currently version 5.4.2. Any version of 5x will work just fine. And I want the Visual Studio community. Yes. Standard assets, documentation, yes, this all looks good. You can, of course, add other platforms here if you want. It'll just take a longer to download, such as Linux build support, Windows Store, etc. If you do choose iOS, tvOS, or Mac build support, you can, of course, develop in Unity, but you won't be able to export the projects until you have a Mac. So what some companies do, if they don't want to choose Mac as their development platform, they will build their entire game on their PC with Unity, and then they'll get something like a Mac Mini, and they'll send the code over to it, and then they'll build it from there. We're going to go ahead and just install it. This is looking great. It wants 9.7 gigabytes. Let's get rid of the standard assets. We don't need that. Okay. Program files is just fine. I accept. I've read all of these, of course. And then it's going to download Unity, and then we're going to install it from there. You'll notice that it is installing Visual Studio. That'll take some time as well too. This whole process will take a while, so don't worry, just let it do its thing until it's all done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Unity has finished installing. As you can tell here, it says launch Unity when I click finish, so I'm going to say okay. Okay, so you can sign into your account. If you have an account, it's free. If you don't have one, you should create one. Okay. Basically, the reason why you want to sign into an account is so you can, it'll store some of your resources and things on the back end. You can download assets from the asset store, and it manages all that for you. Super important. So go ahead and create an account if you don't have one. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. I clicked sign in, and I'm going to use Unity Personal, which is the free version. With Unity, of course, there are different pricing plans, and we talk about that in one of our videos. So I'm just going to say the middle one right here, earn less than $100,000. It's activating. Start using Unity. We're going to create a new project just to make sure everything's working. I'm going to call this Delete Me because I want to get rid of it after. You can have spaces in the name. That's fine. A 2D or 3D project, we'll say 3D. And I'm going to click Create Project. Path is invalid. Let's go select a new path here. I'm just going to put it here in the documents. It does not like that. Let's just put it on the desktop. It doesn't like a path because I'm using Windows Parallels here. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to go into the C drive. Take this path here. No, come on, C drive. Just copy that. Paste it there. Fantastic. It's definitely working. It may take a few minutes to load, especially for the first time. What I want to do to make sure it's absolutely working is I'm going to right click over here where it says assets. I'm going to go to create C# script, and let's call this test. And what I just want to do is make sure Visual Studio is working properly. So let's double click this. It should open up Visual Studio Community 2015. Not now, maybe later. I'll sign up later. I do want the dark theme. Start Visual Studio. May take a few minutes. Nothing to worry about. Okay, Visual Studio community has now opened. And as you can see here, I'm using Command Scroll or Control Scroll to zoom in here. But as you can see, we've got our code right here. And it's looking good. Now, you don't have to use Visual Studio Community if you don't want to. You can also use Visual Studio Code, which is really awesome. In fact, it's a lot more lightweight than this. This thing's a beast, okay? And so you might want to install Visual Studio Community, excuse me, Visual Studio Code, not Community, this is Community, Visual Studio Code. Go get it. They actually have Unity plugins right into it, and it's much faster, really cool, although this does have some features like with integration directly into Unity and stuff with the debugging. So up to you, but Visual Studio Code is pretty dang amazing. But that's it. We have successfully installed Unity 3D. Oops. Cool. So here it is. Really great stuff. And if you want the dark gray theme, of course, you have to get the paid version of Unity, which we'll talk about later as well, too. So congratulations. Unity is now installed on your computer, ready to be used with Visual Studio Community. Again, you can also use Visual Studio Code, which is what we actually use on the Mac version as well, too, because the mono doesn't work great. And this is really heavyweight, too. So up to you. That's it for now. Mark Price at devslopes.com. Let's make some games.